All right, everyone, here we go. It's an all signs reading. Doesn't matter what your sign is. It's straight up energy reading. It's a reading with me, right? I mean, it's just, that's what I'm going to call it. In the schedule thing in the blog, it's Saturn retrograde in Pisces having sextile. A sextile with Uranus and Gemini. What does that energy mean? Well, in this particular context, it means all bets are off. There's no rules. It's like going to school and there's no rules. You can finally beat up that bully, right? And not get in trouble too, right? It's that kind of a thing. Anything can happen at any moment. Expect the unexpected. All right, that's one of the energies. There's another energy that's playing within the core energies, and that's Venus and Jupiter conjoining in Cancer. And I went around to a few astrology sites, interestingly enough, just to make sure people were picking up on that. And a few of them got it wrong. I just want to clear up any confusion. I don't know why they got it wrong. I'm not even a fucking astrologer. But anyway, a lot of them are saying the last time this happened was 12 years ago in 2013. That's not true. Yes, Jupiter was in Cancer, and it did conjoin with Venus in 2013, but Venus was in Gemini at the time. The last time this happened was 24 years ago, in 2001, August to be specific, and then it happened again in June of 2022, I believe. So if you're old enough, if you're one of my older viewers, and you could hearken back to that time, definitely do that. You'll probably figure something out here. I'm going to give the deck a shuffle. I haven't shuffled for a pre-shuffle yet. We're just going to give the deck a shuffle and see what we get. All right? How about that? So, very important energies. All the rules are gone. Anything can happen at any moment. And Venus and Jupiter are conjoining in the energy of the soulmate cycle that you're all a part of. So everybody's an honorary. Anything that happens with Cancer during this soulmate cycle is important. It's the theme energy. But anything that happens with Jupiter in particular is important. You know, so it's a big deal here. There's a lot going on. I mean, if this were in school speak, these two energies conjoining, Jupiter and Venus conjoining, and there's no rules, and you show up at school, you can bang any girl or guy you want. There'd be people banging in the locker rooms. I mean, it'd be crazy town. You know, it's that kind of energy. There's a lot of passion here with it. A lot. It's also a lot of creative energy, right? A lot of creative energy. I remember the last time this energy was here, I was involved with a friend's play that he was doing. So, you know, I mean, it's that kind of thing where oddball, weird, random things happen. You know, I don't seem like somebody that'd be involved with a play, but I was, you know, a theater production. Me? Really? But, yeah, last time this energy happened. So, that being said, you know, it is what it is. Here we go. 9 of Cups. What did I just say? Rewind. It's 9 cups. It's indulgence. I mean, I'd like to think you're indulging on something better than fruit. You know, I mean, if you're going to have a rules gone day, don't eat fruit. You know, order that pizza you always want, the one with the cheese and the crust and the stuffed pepperoni, where they take 2 pieces of pepperoni and fill it with cheese. Take that. I mean, that's an indulgent day. This here, it's indulgence. Okay, some kind of indulgence. It's crossed by the 9 of Swords. 9's at the end in tarot. It's like, it's talking about like the things you usually are worried about, or things somebody attached to you usually worried about, they're not worried about. Page of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, and Karma, Judgment. Underneath that, a celebration. Yeah, there's very little guilt here. It's all pleasure. And it could be pleasure from pain, too. It could also be. You might derive some pleasure from normally things that give you anxieties in this energy. It is possible. I'm surprised there's not a devil there, to be honest with you. 7 swords at the bottom there. Let's see where we go. Let's give the deck a final shuffle. I'm going to pull a pyramid on this one, because I got somebody attached to you that thinks they can get what they want from you pretty easily. I pick up on that. That's very strong. I think it's going to be easy. See, the thing is, though, let's say there was a day where there was no rules, right? All the laws are gone, all the rules are gone. It sounds good, doesn't it? It sounds like, oh, I can finally get that revenge, and I can do that, and I can do that. Yeah, right? But what most people who think like that often forget is that applies to everybody. It would only be good if it were just you where all the rules and laws were gone. If everybody else, if it's gone for everybody else too, then you're just as fucked as whoever you're going after, right? It's chaos at that point. So that's kind of what's happening here. Somebody's forgotten that whatever energies are making them feel all like they can get what they want from you easily are also attached to you. All right, so I just want to remind you of that. All right, let's go. But yeah, it's a good way to phrase it. All right, let's go. Let's do it. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here or you found Steve Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. This reading is timeless. Whenever you find it, you're meant to find it. Judgment. The backside of the pre-show. Judgment. Karma. 3 cups. I'll go one more. The sun. Again, there's a lot of indulgence here. There's karmic debt that we have to be careful in this energy. It's like a test in a way. I hate tests. I do. But it's like a test in a way. In other words, Saturn's retrograde, and then Uranus in Gemini is very short-sighted anyway. I've already said that when I pulled on Uranus in Gemini. That's how we got into trouble the last time Uranus was in Gemini, which was during World War II. But and post as well. How do I phrase this where you'll understand what I'm trying to say here? We're racking up karmic debt, but we don't care. And we have to be careful about that. It's like the teacher left the room and let's see what they, and the teachers all get together and go, let's see what they do, right? You got a chance to fuck up here, okay? You got to be careful because somebody's counting, it's not karmic debt free. It's not completely karmic debt free. You just don't care. You don't care that you're racking up the debt. To be careful about that. A little bit careful would serve you well, I'll tell you what. All right, we're going to pull a pyramid here with this for sure. Okay, we've got how they feel. Somebody's attached to you that thinks they can get what they want from. Again, feels very, I don't know. I feel like somebody's coming towards you. Let's see how they feel about you. Let's see what they think about you. And let's get a potential final outcome for you. I'll clarify whatever I think needs clarifying here. I'm probably going to clarify the whole thing. You bet your sweet ass there's going to be an extended on this one. This is a soul connection for sure. I don't know. Let's see. Again, just remember, we are the karmic debt. It counts, right? It's sort of like you feel like you're playing at a pretend casino, where it's just for fun and it's all fake chips and fake money, and then you find out afterward it was all real. And you're like, oh shit, I lost 80 grand. You know, it's like that. So be careful. Somebody else, well, they're not going to know that. Let's go. There's a lot of passion in this energy. It's probably the Venus, Jupiter thing. How do they feel about you? 9 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, Ace of Swords. Let me pull these on camera. Everybody get your cameo. This is like that. Isn't it like a Beatles song or a Paul McCartney song or something? Got to get you into my life, right? I got to get you into my life. That's what this is. Somebody has just this. They want what they want. They want it. You're the one they want. They're going to school on no rules day, and they're taking you. Okay, all right. This is going to be one where I'm going to clarify the shit out of this. I mean, they want you in their life. You're already there to this person. That's what's strange. What do they think about you? 4 of Pentacles and the Magician. They think you're trying to avoid them. Whoever this person is, in this energy, you may not be yet, but you might be in the near future. This could be near future influence for you. Don't forget that. It's a general reading. May or may not resonate. Right? But it might resonate in the future. You might want to consider that. They think you're avoiding them. They think, also this could be somebody who thinks that you might be lying to them about what you're doing just so they don't, you tell them you're at your friend Janelle's so they don't come by your house, but they think you might be lying so they're going to come by anyway, that kind of a thing. Somebody here fancies themselves a truth detector. They just feel like you're lying, you're bullshitting about something, okay? I don't know. It's an easy way to phrase it, or you're just avoiding them. But it feels more like somebody thinks you're playing a smoke and mirrors game, a shell game of some kind or whatever, okay? Potential final outcome here for you, Red with the 10 of Pentacles. Are you in their life? They got to get you into their life, that's for sure. 2 of Swords, I don't like that. I'm going to have to double clarify this. I'm going to clarify the shit out of this reading. That's weird. They want you, well, actually it's not that weird. Because in their feelings, they have one Ace of Swords. This is two Ace of Swords. It's basically saying you want different things, okay? Is there I need to see if there's a way to compromise here. I think they want you in this picture. I think you don't want to be, but I think it's fairly minor. I think it's like, I want you in this picture. And you're like, well, I don't want a golden retriever. Well, I don't want one of them little dogs that fit in a bag. That's not a real dog. Well, I don't want a golden retriever, you say, right? Well, okay, we compromise. We'll get some other kind of dog, but make sure it doesn't fit in a bag. I mean, I don't know, something along those lines. It feels very, I'm going to use the word petty, which would be out of character for the DFs, but it does a little bit. We're going to clarify here. Okay, randomly at the bottom is 7 swords. I don't know. Let's start with the 10 of Pentacles. All right. It's very, yeah, you both want different things, but the 2 swords here tell me that you don't, in a way. I don't know. There's a lack of trust somewhere in here with whoever this is. Somebody's suspicious of somebody. I feel like you're more suspicious of them than they are of you, but they're definitely suspicious of you. We'll see what happens when we clarify. Let's just see where we go. All right. 10 of Pentacles, why is it here? Tell me about this golden retriever that I refuse, you know. I would probably want more of a German Shepherd. I need a tougher dog, you know. But not like a pit bull thing. I'm not all gangster and shit. I'm not trying to, you know. I mean, a German Shepherd would be nice. I like the Shepherds. But I don't want a Chihuahua or something. 10 Cups is crossing this. Somebody feels like you're everything they want. Somebody feels like you belong in this picture. I don't think you do. I think you think that picture is boring. This is who, if you're trying to figure out who this is one energy, okay, that coming towards you in these energies that are here now. It's one of many energies coming towards you, but this particular one, you might find this person's boring. You might find their life boring. You might find whatever. I mean, I don't know, but I've got it here. All right, what's on top? Yeah, the 9 of Pentacles. It's somebody single maybe, or just got single, or is getting single. Somebody who may have some money. Somebody who's tired of being alone. That's how they feel. Why is that here? Somebody's tired of being alone. This girl, she alone. She got a falcon, but I mean, you know. They want this whole picture here. Why is the 9 Pentacles here? The 5 of Wands. What's the bridging energy? The 2 of Swords. Again, 2 swords, 2 swords. These are read together. You both want different things. And there's a conflict here. I think you see the conflict. I don't think they do. Okay? You might start the conflict. You might. But what this card tells me, this energy says it's futile for some reason. Why? Why is the 9 of Cups here? Tell me about it. Oh, this is a tricky reading. I should have had more bacon. Okay. 9 of Cups. Why is that here? Let's go. Let's go. And on a day where there's no rules, why are we having fruit? Okay, on a day when there's no rules, you get that pizza where not only is the crust stuffed with cheese, but the pepperoni is stuffed with cheese. Somehow they've managed to stuff a piece of pepperoni with it. I mean, it's a heart attack on a plate in a box. You know, go ahead, indulge. There's no rules, but you will pay for it. There is karmic debt here. You will pay for it. Keep that in mind. All right. I don't think the DM side can control themselves in this energy. I think the DF side probably can just fine. But I don't know. I have no idea. No telling what I'll do with the menus on the damn refrigerator. Hangman. Why is that here? 2 of Wands and the 8 of Pentacles. Somebody's tired of dilly-dallying, tired of waiting, tired of doing nothing. Okay? In this energy, they want it. Tired of the fruit. I want the pizza with the stuffed crust and the stuffed pepperoni that Steve's talking about. Hell, I want cheese stuffed in the olives. Okay? I mean, okay. They're tired of sitting around doing nothing. They're tired of waiting. They're tired of thinking about it. They've got, what did I say? Got to get you into my life. It's that kind of urgency that's in that song. It's there. I get it. What's this Ace of Swords? So what's their Ace of Swords? This is their feelings. This is nice. It doesn't necessarily translate to actions, maybe. I think it does, but it doesn't have to. We feel a lot of things and do nothing about it. We also think a lot of things and do nothing about it. Somebody might be making excuses. You'd be like, well, Steve, I'm not trying to avoid them. I know. They might be just making excuses about that, right? Why is the Ace of Swords here? And their feelings. It's the Hermit. You know, I'm going to say something nice here. I know, right? Everyone's like, oh my God, he's serious? Steve's going to say something nice. No, I am. This is really genuine. These feelings that they're having about wanting you in their life, got to get you into my life, and tired of doing nothing, right? They're very genuine. They're coming from the soul, actually. There's no ego feeding this. I think where the ego comes in, it's here. There's a lot of fear. We make excuses when we're afraid, right? I mean, if you're afraid to go somewhere, you'll find all kinds of reasons not to go. You'll be afraid, oh, this construction, we can't get there. It's going to be a low, you know. All kinds of stupid reasons that don't mean anything, that you could just go around another route, right? It's a bit of that here. What's on top? Yeah, the Eight of Cups. Walking toward the 9 cups. Why is that important? Because this set of cards is red with the 9 cups right there. Somebody's finally doing it. I'm finally going to do it. Why is that here? The Five of Pentacles. Somebody's tired of being left out in the cold, sitting with the 8 broken cups. They're coming towards you. Why is this? Because they're tired of being left out in the cold. Because they realize, because right now they can see the key. All right, there's no rules. All bets are off. Anything can happen. This person, expect the unexpected from somebody. All right. I do think you think this person's boring and you don't have the same view of what, you know, it's fine if they want you in their 10 of Pentacles, but your 10 of Pentacles is different, right? It could be. We'll see. Let's clarify the 4 of Pentacles here. Let me move this out of the way. I'll move this over here. 4 of Pentacles. So they think you're avoiding them. That's the easy way to phrase this. They might also think you're lying, saying you're at Janelle's so they don't come to your house, or said your phone was broken so they can't text. Oh, my phone doesn't, oh, we can't FaceTime. My phone doesn't take pictures, or, you know, doesn't have a, you know, I mean, all kinds of stuff. It's like that stuff you see on Catfish and stuff like that, right? Where the host of the show looks at the person and goes, how likely is it in 2025 that somebody doesn't have a camera on their phone or something? You know, maybe you get away with that in 98 or 99, right? I don't have a digital camera, you know, but you can't get away with it now, you know. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. 4 of Pentacles, why is it here? It's a Tower. It's easier for them to believe this, okay? It's what I said. It's easier for them to believe this. This person's creating these things. Why? They're blowing the nuts off their own squirrel here. What's going on? What's on top? The Chariot. Again, they're afraid to go forward. It's what I said. You'll make up all kinds of excuses. Oh, we can't. I can't go on this date. It might rain later. Well, can we postpone? Right? I know I said we were going to go on a picnic, but there's a 2% chance, it says, on the weather side that it might rain. I'm not willing to chance that. It's that kind of a thing. Somebody also thinks that you're avoiding them. It just keeps coming up that way. So I'm reading both sides here, but it plays the same way. They're avoiding you, and they're blame shifting on you. I don't think you're avoiding them. I think they're avoiding you. And I think they're blame shifting that, which makes sense. They're probably the Burger King. Why is the Chariot here? The Hangman. So they, you know, again, it's what I just said. So anything to just, you know, I don't know. They think you might have changed your opinion about them. This is what they think about you. I mean, what they feel is they're going to take a shot anyway. I mean, I feel that strong, but that doesn't necessarily have to transfer into actions. Somebody here, I'll sum it up for you right here. Somebody feels like you've changed their mind about them, or they've got themselves convinced that you're lying to them, or you're afraid, or something along those lines. You're not coming towards them for a reason. You know, you're making up excuses with smoke and mirrors energy here. Why is the Magician here? Again, all of it feels like bullshit to me. I am surprised there's not a devil on the table yet, or a 7 swords. Although it was at the bottom of this when I picked it up, that doesn't really apply as strongly as it should. Why is the Magician here? Why am I getting a smoke and mirrors off of this? I'll keep it to what they think about you so as to not confuse things, okay? So they basically think you're avoiding them, right? So you said you were at your friend Janelle's, you're not home, right? So they can't go to your house, so that they can't do anything, so that they're stuck, right? We do that all the time. Cock block, all sorts of things. We tell little white lies all the time. We do. I just don't think you're doing that here, right? The Magician, why is it here? It's crossed by the Page of Cups. They think you might have found somebody new. They think you might have, and you don't want to tell them, or, you know, again, I'm surprised there's no Seven of Swords or Devil. Because in my example, and you just have to catch my drift, it's almost like I feel like you told them you were going to see your friend, but really you're going to see somebody else. And somewhere in the middle here is some paranoia in this person. Why? Well, because they've got to get you into their life in this energy. This energy can, as a backfire byproduct, create a sense of urgency. If you think about it, in my school analogy from earlier, right? You go to school, I say school because of Saturn, right? The teacher, the taskmaster being retrograde, and Uranus. Anyway, you go to school on a day where there's no rules. All of a sudden, there's no rules. You feel like you need to get a lot done because it's just one day. You see what I'm saying? It has a byproduct of creating some urgency. And that's kind of what I get here a little bit. So with this person, that urgency is creating a byproduct, an exhaust, a backfire of its own of paranoia. I mean, when we get paranoid, we come up with all sorts of things. Oh, they found somebody else. Oh, I bet that person, oh, you know, I mean, it's just, who knows who that person is, you know, I mean, what's on top? Yeah, the Tower. Again, the Tower was crossing here. It shows up again here. It creates all sorts of things. Somebody here is blowing the nuts off their own squirrel, okay, off themselves. All right. And they think you found somebody else and you're starting over. They got themselves convinced of it, but it runs wild. Look at the lightning. It goes crazy. Why is that here? And that makes sense because that was crossing there. Why is the Tower here? Yeah, the Victory. Again, they think you're good. They think you finally found someone. They think you're doing something. They think there's just a level of paranoia here. Oh, yeah, well, if you're going to your friend Janelle's, why you dressed like that when you leave the house? I mean, they might even be spying on you. It's possible. Paranoia can lead to that. All right? Now, spying on you can also be just asking people about you and shit like that. What's your final outcome? Tell me about the Two of Swords. Because it's red with two swords on top of the Ten of Pentacles, right? It's bookending the Ten of Pentacles where they've got to get you into their life. I think you beg to differ. I think you think this person's life might not suit you. That's what I think. Okay? It's possible. So don't assume that this is your runner. I don't know. This is just one of the energies that wanted to come in. You got a lot of energies approaching you, and it's come up in recent readings. This is just one of them. But I'm not sure you want to be in this person's life. I think, you know, and it is possible that you are telling them you're going over to Janelle's when you're not. I mean, it is possible. Again, I don't know. Why is the Two of Swords here? Why is the Two of Swords here? Final outcome for my viewers. Oh, I think you're wrong here. Oh, I shouldn't say that. Never disappoint your viewers, Steve. Okay, I think you're wrong. I don't really care. I'm give you the truth one way or another. It's the Star card crossing this. I think this life that they have is better than you think it is. All right. I know you might think it's boring, but you know, life is boring. You want a long-term relationship with somebody. If it's going to be long-term and last, where you're holding hands at 80 in the park and telling people how you met, right? You know, talking about this, you're on your 9th dog, right? Kind of a thing like that. It's usually pretty mundane. The ones that have too much passion, too much, you know, fire, and you're fighting all the time, that doesn't last. It usually ends with cops showing up and stuff like that. It's not, you know, talk to a lot of elderly couples that are together for a long fucking time. They don't have the stories of the police showing up every 5 days. You know, it's just not there. Sure, I mean, it's not all roses and rainbows, but it can be a bit mundane, you know. which is why I say don't get married when you're fucking 21. Go have some fun. Get married at 31, minimum. But I mean, shit, have your fun while you can. I certainly did, and I do not regret it, let me tell you. High Priestess, on top of it, yeah, there's something you're not allowing yourself to see about this situation. Hey, hate me if you want, I don't care. Four of Swords. You need to, it's a void energy, it's not healing. But there is something here that is good for you in this connection. I will say that, okay? Because this card has a lot of meanings. This one's here for one reason only. There's something you're missing. Or you're just not allowing yourself to see it. You need to open your heart and really feel this connection with this person. And they might reach out. There's a good chance they do. I got the Queen of Cups. Somebody, don't turn in. There's a potential here. I'm just going to say it. Primary runners in this soulmate cycle are the DM side. But there is a strong indication here, especially with this Queen of Cups coming out, bridging this Two of Swords right there, right? Bookending it, bridging energy here. There is a chance that if you keep suppressing something or don't allow yourself to see this fully for what it is and just assume it's not what you want, right? That the DF becomes what the runner was. You actually become the runner in this particular situation. Be careful about that, all right? I don't think you run as far, right? But someone is reaching out with a genuine offer of love. At least feel that, at least acknowledge it, at least take whatever healing can come from it, all right? But yeah, all bets are off here. You got a really good shot with Four of Wands here. This is actually, this person, whoever this is, and you'll be inclined, you'll be like, oh, they're wicked boring, Steve. You even got a boring dog. I get it. I get it. I understand, but the energy, the environmental energy says this is exactly the Four of Wands you ordered. This is exactly the Four of Wands you're looking for. I think you know it, but you push it back. You push it back. That energy's coming. You've got communication here. Somebody, be sure and give. You don't have to give the cup back. Somebody's giving you the cup. I mean, they're dumping the cup on you for sure. I don't know. I don't know why this person is so paranoid here. I'm going to find out. Why is it playing out this way? Why is that? Let's go. One card, well, 3 cards from the bottom and a crossing card. What do you want to tell my people about why this person thinks this way? That's what I'm going to do here. And then I'm going to, again, I don't have a fucking devil here. This is a nice connection. Whoever this is, I don't feel like it's the Emperor and Empress one. I feel like it's a mild soulmate. I do. There's a potential for a lot of love here. I don't know why you're so hell no about it. And I think that energy might be what they're picking up on here. I don't know. Let's find out. 3 cards from the bottom. And a crossing card. What else you want to tell my people before I go pull some wicked voodoo on this? And I will. I will. I'm curious. I said I don't have a devil here. And this is the witches. The devil comes out of the witches deck like there's fucking 9 of them in here. Okay? I mean, it's the angel. It's nice. Why does this person feel this way? I mean, I don't know. So, the angel, Temperance, 7 of Wands, 5 of Wands. See, I wasn't worried I was going to get a devil and a Queen of Swords. Okay? And a Queen of Swords with a 9 of Swords. You make this person nervous, whoever they are. Okay? And when people get, whether there's rules or not, it doesn't matter. Think about it. I mean, you come into school, there's no rules, you can bang anybody you want. You're still going to be nervous. A little bit. You might even approaching somebody, right? It doesn't matter. There's this, when someone matters, that's a big deal. You matter a lot to this person. There's no doubt. I'm going to go one more. There's the 7 of Swords. Again, so it's easier for this person to believe that they don't have a chance than to believe they do, yet they feel like they do in this energy, and I believe they're more likely to act on their feelings. I'm going to take it a step further. I am. So what are they going to, well, I won't even pull on that. What are they going to do? What's this energy going to do? I'm going to ask the universe to be predictive. And then we're going to go have some wicked fun in the fucking extended. But I'm going to ask the universe to be predictive. 1 card and a crossing card. For the majority of my viewers, what happens here? Does this energy reach out? Because I do feel like it's easier for them to shut it down, which is why they bullshit that, oh, well, they're probably seeing somebody else, so they're probably doing this. I get it. It's because you matter. I get that too. But I want to ask the universe to be predictive. The fickle old gal doesn't like being predictive. I know that. But I'm going to ask anyway. Because I'm a glutton. So let's see. I'm a glutton for punishment. See where we go. What's this person likely to do? I get one card, the crossing card. That's it. That's all we get. I get a page of wands. I still don't have a devil, you guys. I still don't have a devil. And at the bottom, I'll take 3 from the environmental energy. It would be crossed by the death card with a 10 of cups and an emperor. Okay? Somebody pulls up their big boy, big girl pants and does something they've always wanted to do towards you. Don't make them regret it. Don't prove them right that, you know, you're trying to, just don't make them regret it. You don't ruin this person for somebody else, even if you don't like them. You understand what I'm saying? There's a lot of that out there. I hear all the time, there's no good guys left anymore. That's because somebody else ruined them. Maybe it was their parents, maybe it was their upbringing, or maybe it was just a bunch of people that just called them an ugly fucker and they just got tired of it, so they just start taking advantage of people. I don't know. But whatever it is, there's a potential to really destroy this person because they got some pie in the sky ideas, okay? Be nice if you reject them. That's all I'm asking. You don't have to. You can tell, oh, no, oh, hell no, fuck off. You can do that if you want to. But I don't think you get any good karma back from that. I think that might be where the devil lives. That might be where the test is. That might be what the teachers are watching as they leave the room and kind of peek inside, right? That Saturn retrograde, no rules today, but we'll see what they do, right? Watching from a safe distance. I think the energy around you wants to see what you do here. There's a lot of karmic debt flying around here. There's a lot of karma in play. Be careful, all right? Think wisely. I think you should trust in the universe that the universe has your back. And anybody it sends you over the next 6 weeks or so, anybody it sends you or brings into your world is there for a reason, is exactly what you need. Okay? I think so. Anyway, that's your reading. If you want the extended, there's probably a couple of links at the top of the description. I do. Because I know where the devil lives, I've just told you, so we're not going to really go digging for it. But I do want to see this connection. Why? This is a very interesting thing. Somebody's very adamant about having you in their life. Now, it doesn't have to be romantic. You know, I mean, we can't say who this energy is, but for a lot of you, it is romantic. But for some of you, it's just, I don't know. This reminds me of an energy I pulled on for a friend of mine years ago. You know, they have these websites these days. Like you can turn off your video if you want, but it's interesting that this energy reminds me of this thing. They have these websites these days like genealogy.com and family tree shit and all that kind of stuff. People are hearing from relatives they didn't even know existed in countries they didn't know existed. Anyway, I had this friend who asked me to pull this reading on this person who's like some distant cousin from fucking Finland or some shit who kept just insisting that they meet up. And he offered to buy plane tickets, I mean, they were very aggressive about it. It reminds me of this with the got to get you into my life. He was like, well, why are they so adamant about meeting? It's just something like ninth cousin, 50 times removed. You know, it's just a bit of that. Somebody here, so if it is a family member, it's somebody who definitely wants to get closer to you for some reason they've woken up. But that's the kind of energy that's here. It's this persistent, got to get you into my life kind of energy. It's very strange. Anyway, that's your reading. I hope it was helpful. All right, wow, you really do. You really do have some Ten of Cups dreams about this, for sure. All right, good luck.